Aquatics Center. It's going to be a great week. We also brought some good weather in. It's going to be even hotter next week, so just remember that as you're sweating. It's only going to get hotter next week, so we got the good weather this week. But we have so many of you here. It is a record year. 58 teams. That's huge. So many of you have come from so far. Who of you is this your first year at RoboSub? Raise your hand. All right, welcome. We've got a lot of returners, so that's good. Great. None of this would be possible without the incredible sponsors and partners that we have, and a lot of them you're going to be able to see this week. But we wanted to give a very big thank you to the Office of Naval Research for everything that they have done to make this week possible, as well as the programming we're able to give you throughout the year. So a big round of applause for O&R. We also have the privilege of working closely with NIWIC Pacific, who's continued to provide lots of support for RoboSub. We have a few of their engineers and their interns that'll be out this week, so you'll be able to interact with some of them. They are just located down in San Diego, so they have come out to help give you guys some mentorship and to talk with you. We're excited to have them here. Build Submarines also is hiring. They are bringing lots of different companies out this week, so keep an eye out that they are hiring. So if anyone who's looking for a job, even some of our international folks as well, they are going to be hiring. So make sure to keep an eye out for them, and if somebody comes and talks to you, you never know who they may be. We also have MathWorks who's going to be out this week. It's going to be great to have them back. They're also going to be announcing the results of the simulation challenge that some of you participated in at the awards at the end of the week. And Blue Robotics, of course, is going to be here as well. They're going to be providing some great support this week, as well as SolidWorks. So we're excited to have so much support out here for all of you. They're excited to meet you. Before we go too much further, I did want to give our program officer at O&R a chance to come up and welcome all of you. So, Joe Harris.
This is truly amazing. It's truly an honor to be here at RoboSub, among some of the brightest young minds in, I would say, robotics, engineering, and some innovation. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that week. I am a program officer, as Juliana said, at the Office of Naval Research. And I want to share with you what we're doing here, what RoboNation has done, and what you guys are doing here, and why it's so essential. Let me start with this. STEM is not just an academic track. It's really a launch pad. Whether you're a high school student, an undergrad, a graduate, or research assistant here today and this week, what you're doing is building, coding, troubleshooting, and diving into these really unique areas. These are exactly the skills that shape the future for our oceans, our Navy, Marines, and really how we understand and interpret our world. At O&R, STEM is part of our mission. We support competitions like RoboSub because this is where tomorrow's breakthroughs begin. And frankly, we need you, we need the curiosity, we need your creativity, and your refusal to accept that it cannot be done. Because if there's one thing unmanned undersea vehicles have taught us is that the limits need to be tested and developed. Now let me shift to the tech that brings us together. UUVs, I've been working UUVs for 25 years now. It's how I started my career. So look forward to sharing stories for both what you guys have done and I can share some of what I have had. Today, UUVs are transforming the way we explore and protect our oceans. They are collecting oceanographic data to help us understand our ocean and weather patterns. These vehicles are mapping the seafloor today, measuring ocean condition, and supporting our naval missions. And so to the students, what you're doing isn't just practice, it's real. Your code might be the algorithm that someday navigates the deeps of our oceans, or tracks marine life, or even remediates a mine silently under the water. And to the educators and mentors, thank you for what you're doing. You're not just teaching, you're helping build a generation of robo-scientists, oceanographics, and engineers who change how we connect with our planet. What I see in all of you, the grit to try, the willingness to fail and learn from that, fix it, and do it again. Thank you. Thanks to the secret to your success in robotics and in life. I'm sorry. Let me try it again. What I see in all of you is that grit and the willingness to try again, the willingness to fail, learn from that, and do it again and again. And that's really the secret to the success of robotics. As most of you know, and I'm sure you've learned over the last several months. And it's part of life. So whether you're here to win, to learn, or just test how many zip ties you can fit inside of a robot, you are already part of a community that pushes the edge of what is possible. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your perseverance. Keep diving deeper and deeper, because the future of robotics and UAVs and ocean science is being built here today. Come share your stories with me. Now go and do something amazing.
Thank you so much, Joe. I was talking with some of the hotel staff earlier, and they were so impressed by even just hearing about what you all are doing this week. And so you've already made such an accomplishment to even be here this week. And there's going to be so much more looking forward to this week. And they were just excited to be in the same place as future engineers that could change the world. So I hope you all are very proud for everything that you've accomplished so far. So I wanted to take a chance to introduce some of the staff. Again, you've seen some of us on our team times on Zoom. Maybe you've been here before, you've seen us in past events. But we do have a few folks that will be, more than a few folks, that'll be helping you all out this week. So we do have Dave Mann, myself, and Sherry, who you'll hear from today. But we also have some folks over on the tech support side that will be helping manage the courses, making sure that you have everything you need as you're operating in the course. We have our incredible comms and media team that many of you have already interacted with as you're taking photos and interacting online with social media. We have our judge leads. Joe will be around helping us with this, as well as Michelle and Kelly as they're helping with your presentations and assessments. Other event support, again, you've interacted with a lot of these folks already, and then we have lots of other support from different Navy labs, and like I said, NIWC Pacific, we have some Navy divers that are gonna come out, lots of judges that are from various industry, so there's gonna be lots of people moving around. We are mostly all going to be in blue or black shirts, so you're able to find the folks that you need in case you need anything as you go around. But before I can move on, anyone who's in the room that's event staff, if you could stand up. Just wait around. Thank you for everything you've done already. Set up today. Speaking of a lot of our Navy engineers and folks that are supporting the event, we have an opportunity to have some tech talks throughout the week. So we did give you a sneak preview for the first few days. We do have our first one tomorrow at 10:30, actually from one of our students in the crowd. I don't know if Cameron's here. Ah, there's Cameron. Perfect. So Cameron is going to be walking through data sharing with all of you, so hopefully you've already heard of data sharing. We've mentioned it many times before, but he's going to start us off with our tech talks for the week so that you can get a sense of how to utilize data sharing. We do have the on-site local server that you can use, so he'll be going through all of that. But after him, we'll have some different engineers from different industry organizations, some Navy labs. They'll be coming out to talk with you. So the tech theater will be over by your team village, and Sherry will go over that a little later. But wanted to make sure you all are tracking on that as you're building out your schedule every day. Speaking of, want to make sure that we're staying connected, so if you haven't already joined Discord, please do. At least one person from your team, it'll be very helpful to have you on there and information set so that if we have any schedule changes or weather, it's really helpful to make sure we stay connected that way. Data sharing, like I said, each team should have access already to the online server, so you can access that with this QR code. If you have any trouble or questions around that, feel free to find Cameron when you meet him tomorrow, or you can find me as well, and we can get you set up. Last but not least, we do have our website, which should have access to all of the resources that you need, and that will go over today. Don't forget to stay connected with us on social media as well. Again, our incredible comms team is going to be highlighting many of you, and already has, because all of you are so active on there, so keep it up. We love to see everything you're experiencing. I'm going to pass it over to Sherry to go over all the event details that you need. So thank you very much, and good luck this week.
Like Juliana said, we're super excited to have all of you here. I'm kind of the safety girl, but I'm also known as RoboMom. I have children that are probably older than you, and I'm here to help you, guide you. If you need help of any kind, Juliana and I are here. As a matter of fact, we go so far to put our cell phone numbers on the back of your badge. So if you are in trouble, or if you need some help, or you just need somebody to talk to, give us a call, text us. We're here for you, okay? We just want you to have a great experience. Like I said, here's our information. Any of our leads are going to be wearing orange vests so that you can easily pick us out in a crowd if you need anything. I will be your main contact if you have a battery safety issue here at the hotel. So keep my phone number handy, especially here at the hotel. We'll go over that. Dave will go over that a little bit later. This is the schedule for the week. Obviously, we have a team check-in today and team orientation. We actually have a networking event for you just straight outside under the pavilion. We've got cookies and lemonade for you so that you can spend a little bit of time getting to know one another. We want you to make connections with other teams, and because during the week, there are teams here that are more than willing to help you if you have a massive failure. Some teams bring extra tools, extra supplies, and they're willing to share. Sometimes if you have a programming issue, a team will come over and help another team with programming. We want you to do that for each other because this isn't just a competition. It is a time for you to get to know each other and to help each other succeed. As one of our other TDs tells the students, you're not competing against each other, you're competing against him. And I've always liked when he said that. In the morning, there'll be a lottery for slots, sign-ups, and Dave will go over that. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll have practice and qualifications. You also have been given a design presentation and system assessment time. That time was highlighted on your welcome letter inside your team envelope that you would have received at check-in. So make sure that you know what time that is. If you have any questions about your time or an issue, please contact Juliana or I, and we'll try to help you with it. Semifinals starts on Friday and continues Saturday. Don't forget to make sure that if you feel like you're finished for the day, someone needs to stay for the team meetings. It is mandatory. We go over safety issues, we go over schedule changes, just different things. Overnight pool testing here at the hotel is open to any team. I'll go over that a little bit in another slide. On Sunday, we have third chance. If you haven't already been selected for finals, you do have an opportunity to to be qualified for a final open slot. Awards is at 6 o'clock. We will host awards at WOOLLETT, and then afterwards we will be having pizza and drinks and a pool party. So bring your swimsuit and be prepared to swim. There's a blow-up obstacle course and a diving board and all that. You will have to take a swimming test, so just be prepared for that. All right, if you haven't got your team photo taken today out here, make sure that you stop by and get your team photo. branding for you. And all the team photos will be available on our Flickr page at the end of the competition. All right, presentation and assessments. Design presentation, that's where you're going to present in front of a group of judges. And so hopefully you've already prepared for that before you got here. If not, you have whatever amount of time it is until your time. So you also have a system assessment, which judges will meet you at your team tent, and they will look at your machine and ask you tons of questions about why you did certain things and what you did. So be prepared for that. All right, next. This is WOOLLETT Aquatics Center. This is our venue. We are actually competing in a water polo pool, so it has uniform depth across the entire pool. Dave has worked to put a course in that will challenge you, and he's also made it a little harder this year by obscuring some of the pool markings on the bottom of the pool. So he'll go over all that. As you'll see, presentations are going to be in some portables back here. We have moved the team pit area to the soccer field. Hopefully it'll be a little cooler for you than it was last year. Team parking is way over here back in the corner at Heritage Park. It's a quick little 3 or 4 minute walk, so make sure that you should have already had that information on the website. I just didn't want to show it on this slide. All right, this is just a little bit more detail of where everything is. There, at the beginning of WOOLLETT, at the front of WOOLLETT is a loading zone right here where you are free, especially day one, even day. You can come and keep someone with your car. It's a 5-minute loading zone. Please don't park there. It's kind of like the airport. Drop off your stuff. We will have carts that are inside the competition pool right here. You can come and grab a cart and then bring your stuff over here to team pits, and then please leave your cart, put it back by the competition pool so that someone else can use it. There will be a gate entrance right here. For most of you, you remember you had to come all the way around. This is still open for you to come around, but we will have this gate open, and there's a ramp that comes down that you can also use to access the competition pool. Restrooms are going to be right over here. There are also restrooms way back here. One of the things I do want to highlight is right by each restroom and right back here underneath the Jumbotron is a water filling station. So for those of you who brought your water bottles, great, please utilize them and keep refilling them. We're going to go over hydration here really soon, but wanted to let you know where the water fill stations are. Okay, Team Village opens every morning at 7 a.m. We will kick you out at 7 p.m. So we will be done. I believe the last run ends at 5:30 every day, and then we have team meeting at 6 o'clock. So you have plenty of time before we kick you out. We do encourage you to take everything with you. This is a public park, and we do have overnight security, but he cannot be everywhere all at the same time. So please don't leave any valuables in your tent overnight. Self-care. I'm from Florida. It's super hot in Florida, but it's also super hot here. It is deceptively draining here. You can get a sunburn without even knowing you're getting a sunburn, and you can get heat exhaustion and heat stroke before you know it. So please make sure that you are putting on sunscreen. I wear a sun shirt, wear a hat, and make sure that you are drinking water. Not only water, but make sure you're replenishing your electrolytes. And so each team needs to make sure that they're taking care of that for their team members. Take breaks if you need. If you have an issue, we're going to go over heat exhaustion and heat stroke here in just a minute. Food options. We will not have a food truck this year. There are a ton of food options that are inexpensive. There's a grocery store a block away where you can go purchase food. Just if you have any questions, check DoorDash. They know everything. Okay, question. What is it? It's just your body is low on fluid. We are mostly water, your body can't run, low on fluid. So if you start getting a headache, you feel nauseous, you're really sweaty, you're dizzy, if you're dizzy, fainting, or if you have any muscle cramps, not only do you need to get cooled off and hydrated with water, but you need electrolytes. So that's Gatorade, Powerade, or just salt water. You've got to keep on top of it, so if at nighttime you get a leg cramp or you feel a little cramp, that means you didn't drink enough water yesterday, you've got to double up tomorrow. If anyone has any issue with your thinking is clouded, you are disoriented, you have trouble speaking, this is an emergency. Let me say it again, this is an emergency. Okay, we've got to get you iced down, we've got to get you hydrated, and we have to get you indoors. So every team needs to make sure that they're watching over their team members and come and get us. And we have spaces that are air conditioned, we have ice, we have water, we have Gatorade. So please come and get us if you need anyone evaluated for heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So it's super important. If you have anyone who's getting red, super red, in Florida, we call you a lobster, and we send you back to the hotel. Don't do that because you can also blister, and that also can turn into an emergency. So please use your sunscreen. All right, overnight pool testing is here at the hotel. If you are staying at the hotel, you've already registered your car, you already have a room key that will give you access to the swimming pool. Pool testing is from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. First off, let me let you know that the city of Irvine has a very strict noise ordinance. So, in order to be courteous, let me just put it this way. When I come to a hotel and say I'd like to have 500 high school and college students come to your hotel, and I'd like you to let them use your pool most of the night unattended, and they look at you like you're crazy. Okay, I've been doing this for 13 years. This group of students, you're a special group of students. You follow the rules, you listen, and you're courteous. You know, and you don't want to mess this up for the next group of students. So please don't do that. The front desk has my phone number, and if they have to get me up in the middle of the night, it will not be a good thing. So let's not do that. Be courteous to fellow teams who are trying to get in the pool. You've got some pool rules that are in your packet. Please follow those pool rules about lighting, noise, repair of your machines. During the day, we have barefoot hotel guests that don't need to step on a piece of wire. Okay? All right. If you are not staying at the hotel and you would like to come and utilize the pool overnight, we do offer discounted parking. Parking at this hotel is normally $40. They are offering you $20 parking, and if you are not staying here, what you need to do is come in the front, pull a parking ticket, come to the front desk and check out a pool key, and then when you're done with that, turn your pool key in and they'll give you the QR code so that you can pay just $20 instead of $40. So I think that's pretty simple. If you have any questions, just talk to me after. All right, I think we've gone over that. These are just the pool rules. One thing that I do want to highlight is if there is lightning, I encourage you to keep a weather app on your phone anytime that you're at the pool. If we have lightning within 10 miles, you need to get out of the pool. And you need to stay out of the pool until the lightning has been gone for at least 30 minutes outside the 10-mile radius. WeatherBug is a really good app that I use for tracking that. There isn't a lifeguard at the pool, so you are swimming at your own risk. If you can't swim or you're not a confident swimmer, team, please don't put that person in the water. We're also not there to swim, we're there to hold our machine and do testing, and that's it. So please don't mess up the overnight pool testing for the rest of this group plus future groups. So follow these rules. Thank you. All right, and my last reminder, I think we've talked about this at Team Times, is shipping. So you all have gotten here. Hopefully your machine also made you're very late. So make sure that you do it tonight or first thing in the morning. Because we've had many times where teams have waited until the last day and been unable to make their shipping arrangements, and oh, by the way, they've got an airplane out tomorrow morning. So please make sure you get your outbound shipping done. If you need help, come and see me, and I'll do what I can to help you with that. Please make sure that you have at least one team member who will be at the hotel with your machine or wherever you are leaving your machine. Don't just leave and leave your machine and hope that the freight company is going to pick up the right box, because we have actually had FedEx pick up the wrong box and put the wrong label on the wrong box, and 2 boxes went to the wrong school. So we don't want to have that happen either. All right. We do provide you Wi-Fi at WOOLLETT. That is inside your team village. We have Nicholas, who will be on site to help you manage the Wi-Fi and the internet. You guys are very classically data hogs, so he will be throttling you. He will be monitoring you. So, but he also is here to help you if you need any help. He has a tent that is on the pool deck. And if you need any help, your Wi-Fi goes out, just find somebody in an orange vest or go see Nicholas, and he'll get you back up and running. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Dayman.
First, talk about battery safety. By show of hands, how many here have a lithium polymer battery on their vehicle? Also, by a show of hands, how many people have a battery safety officer who's in charge of that battery or batteries? Have a battery safety officer. It's now time to elect one. Congratulations. So some of the common failures for lithium batteries are discharging, overcharging, and/or physical damage. Over-discharging is the most common. And so, how many of you who have battery chargers also have a little plug that doesn't balance? Or know what I'm talking about? Yes. All right. Look into that too. That's the safest way to charge your battery, is having a battery charger that has both a main and the parallel power plug that plugs into it. And that'll monitor all the batteries plus each individual cell. Never charge your batteries. Always charge your batteries intended. Never leave them alone. They get frightened. Overcharging is another way. If you have a decent battery charger, it should be asking you for like how many cells, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 cell. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, how many different S's you have. Make sure that it says the right number when you're charging it. And usually, if you put in the number, most of the ones now will check to make sure that when you plug in the balance plug, that if you say 4S, it actually is a 4S battery. Always charge your battery with the balance connector charge. Pay attention to it. And like I said, make sure you've got it configured properly for your battery as well. The third way is physical damage. It's like when you drop a battery, you dent the corner. You can cause the cells with potentially breach inside. You can damage the outside covering as well. Sometimes if you get really, we don't really get that here, but in some other competitions, like you can get some penetrations from other things in your vehicle, in the fuselage or whatever, when you get into a crash, and so that can actually breach the cells. By show of hands, on the left battery, which one thinks that one's all right? Hey, big question. This left. And to the audience over here. This left. How do you think that one's a good battery? How do you think the one on the right is a good battery? How many don't know? So the one that I'm calling on the right is what we call puffy. It no longer has square corners and shouldn't be. If you happen to find that you have a puffy battery, we will have methods for you to bring them over and we can take care of them safely. So we have lipo bags, but we also have buckets of sand that we can put the battery in so that if it does happen to ignite, then it's just a sand, it's not a big deal. And if you can't find them, find somebody hiding his vest and we'll show you where they are. Any questions about battery safety before I move on? Everybody's going to be safe and fire-free? Yeah. Good answer. And so you reminded me that we'll also have those buckets at the pool for overnight testing as well. Yeah, just let us know if you happen to put a battery in your bucket. All right. Get my notes here. For practice in the semifinals, the course will be laid out as such. There'll be an Alpha, a Bravo, a Charlie, and a Delta. Bravo will be divided into two halves, a Bravo 1 and a Bravo 2. Charlie will be divided into two halves, a Charlie 1 and a Charlie 2. And if you look very, very carefully, you notice that Bravo, the two halves are the first half of the course. And on Charlie, it's a full course, but it's split in half. So one team in Charlie 1 will be doing the first half of the course, and another team could be in Charlie 2 doing the second half of the course. So make sure when you're signing up that you're signing up for what you want to sign up for. Don't be afraid to ask if you have any questions. Practice will be 3 days, so all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, from 7:30 in the morning until 6 at night. So 5:30 will be the last time slot that you can sign up for. They are 30-minute time slots. And if you're not going in with your vehicle for practice, then make sure that the diver who is knows how to hand your sub, where the kill switch is, and all that. And you have a mandatory safety as well, so we'll be going over that when you're going through the water as well. If you have two vehicles and you're not going to have two of your team members going in with each vehicle, let us know so that we can ensure that we have enough divers on hand to help you with your vehicles, in, out, and during the practice times. At 7:15, we have what we call the lottery, and that's where teams can sign up for a time slot. That's the first time teams can sign up for a time slot for that day. And basically what it is at 7:15, I'll gather everybody around. You put your name or symbol on a sheet of paper, put it into a hat, and it'll physically pull out a sheet of paper. When your name is called, you can sign up for the first available, well, not the first available, you can sign up for any available time slot. Any questions about that? Cool. Qualifications. So teams who have not pre-qualified, now's your time to qualify. So at any time on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you can ask for your run to be verified as a qualifying run, and it can be done on any of the courses. So Alpha, both Bravos, sorry, I take that back, not any. Alpha, Bravo 1, Bravo 2, Charlie 1, not Charlie 2 because there's no gate, or Delta. So in any of those 5, you can qualify if you haven't done so already. And when you qualify, that ensures that you have 2 semifinal time slots. So there'll be one on Friday and one on Saturday. For semifinals, Alpha and Delta become the semifinal courses, and I will move those around in the morning. So what you've been practicing on will not be what you'll be using for the semifinals. Order won't change that much. I just tend to shift things around a little bit left and right, forward and backward. When you sign up for your semifinal slot, you will sign up on one of the days you'll be running on Alpha, and on the second day you'll be running on one of the days you'll be running on either Alpha or Delta, and on the second day you'll be running on the other course. So every single team who has 2 semifinal slots will have one run on Alpha and one run on Delta. And no, I don't want to say that 5 times fast. For teams who have not pre-qualified, we set aside some wildcard slots. So for a team who wants to get into a semifinal run, they can, again, sign up for a practice slot just like anybody else. Designate that as a qualifying run and make sure we have a technical official watching it to ensure that you actually qualify. And if you qualify, you can sign up for a wildcard slot on that day. The downside is you have to do that again on the next day. So again, on Saturday, you sign up for a practice slot, you say, hey, I want to qualify, you make it through the gate, very well. And then you can sign up for a wildcard slot for Saturday. If you don't want to go through that hassle, qualify on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Any questions about practice, semifinals, or wildcards? Wow. For finals, which will be on Sunday, Alpha and Bravo get joined together in one course. Charlie and Delta are used in the morning for what we call third chance. So we select teams who have done well but have not made it into the finals to compete for a third chance if they wish. They will get a time slot assigned to them on Charlie or Delta. That's during the morning. Also during the morning, the teams who are officially in the finals will get a chance to practice on this new expanded course. If teams, depending on how many wildcard slots we set up for the finals, we'll set a threshold, and if we have one or more teams that are above that threshold, we'll allow one or more teams, depending on how many time slots we have, actually to get into the finals. So if there is 2 time slots and 4 teams are above a certain threshold, the top 2 teams who have the time slots for a third chance will get a wildcard slot on the finals. Downside is you don't get to practice. You just get to do your run during the finals. Actually, before I get too far, as a reminder about timing, for your semifinal runs, the clock stops. It's a 15-minute runtime clock. The clock stops if you go through the gate. So if you happen to go through the gate, but things just don't go the way you want them to, you can call for a timeout. If whomever is in the water with your vehicle, grab the vehicle, turn the time. The team captain says, kill it. And then when the time the vehicle gets back to the edge of the dock, so in this case, pretty much where the A is up top, the clock is stopped. That way, the person who's controlling the vehicle doesn't have to rush. Once the vehicle is back at the edge of the pool, the clock will start again. If you don't go through the gate, so if for some reason you go for a run and you miss the gate to the left, the clock continues to run as you bring the vehicle back. So the clock only stops as long as your vehicle goes through the gate. There are different circumstances if you have second vehicle is still in the water and underwater, then the clock still runs when the first vehicle is being brought back. For finals, it's a little different, and for semifinals, it's your last run. So if you do a really good run, you bring it back and say, hey, we can do better, and you start off and battery dies, then that run is the run that would count. If you have a good run, there's something where you can lock in that run and do what we call an autonomous survey. So for the remaining time, like say you've done a really good run and you've got 7 minutes remaining under your clock, then you can lock that run in and do an autonomous survey. So that's still, you can't be tethered. It has to be, again, completely autonomous, similar to a semi-final run, and the clock continues to run if you bring your vehicle back. But it does give you the opportunity to collect more data if you want that. For finals, it's the best of, and the clock continues, it's a free running clock. So normally we do it about 20 minutes, but again, things might change, but figure about 20 minutes. So for finals, it's a 20-minute free running clock, but we take the best of run. So it's in your best advantage to just keep trying. Any questions? And as a reminder, teams are responsible for getting the vehicles in and out of the water. Not shown, but at each tent, so at Alpha Bravo 1, Charlie 1, Delta, Bravo 2, and Charlie 2, there is a post, a pole, 10-foot long pole with a harness on it that you can use to get your vehicle in and out of the water. So you can hook up your, so as shown in this, number one, you can hook your vehicle up from your little trailer. Number two, you can have 2 people and lower it into the water. And number 3, you can have somebody leaning over the edge and unhooking the harness from the vehicle. For Bravo and Charlie, for Alpha and Delta, you can kind of use the edge because you're on the edge. So you can use the corners if you want. That's what a lot of teams did last year. For Bravo and Charlie, you don't really have a corner, and so there is no stand, but we recommend you guys having someone in the water so that as the 2 people are lowering the vehicle down beside the pool, they can help keep your vehicle off the edge. If your vehicle is light enough and you feel comfortable, you don't need the harness at all. You can put your vehicle in if you want. There's about a foot drop between the top of the deck and the top of the water, so just keep that in mind as well. Any questions about that?
Oh yeah. So wildcard slot, you can't have student ballots here, right?
So there's a question about the wildcard slot. So wildcard slot is considered a semifinals. So again, for practice, you can swing with your vehicle, but for semifinals and finals, it needs to be somebody else. A lot of divers in there with your vehicle for the semifinals and finals. Going once. Going twice. Sold. All right. Thank you all. In a perfect to download this presentation. Yes, and the answer is yes.
Any other questions? Presentation will be available up on the website. We'll have the slides as well as the recording up. Yes?
For the presentation stuff that we're going to be doing, what is going to be on that? Like the website as well as the technical stuff?
So we have a full rubric that's in the handbook. So I recommend you go to the handbook and read through the rubric. It's basically just talking about your design strategy. So that can be however you want to approach it as a team. It's a 10-minute presentation. So it will be up to you. A lot of the times the judges want to know why you made the choices that you did to get to the system that you brought to competition. Okay. Yes?
Are the team, will there be props at overnight testing provided, or do you expect props?
Will there be props at overnight testing? No. I know that sometimes the teams that stay at the hotel may have some that are willing to share. Yes?
So if we read through those slides later, a question, just Discord, RS General?
Yes, the question was if we come up with any other questions that were not covered today, where do we go? Discord is the best place for quick questions. Obviously, when we're on site, you're welcome to come up and find someone as well, but Discord is a great place so that everybody can see the answer. Yes? How can you sign up for practice slots?
So there's the lottery 715. That's the first time we can sign up for a practice slot. If you don't want to do that, I will have, not a clipboard anymore, but a tablet. So find me and you can sign up for any time slot that's still available for that day. Yeah, so the question was, will the schedule for the sign up be available online? The question and answer is yes. So you'll be able to see what time slots are available and who's where. Right, but you need to see me in order to sign up. So there's a question on how to sign up for multiple time slots. You can sign up for one-to-one only, and as soon as your vehicle is coming out of the water, you can sign up for another one. So you can continue to sign up for time slots, you just can't stack them all together.
Is there a maximum number of slots a team is allowed to have per day?
Is there a maximum
Question?
per day?
I got it. There's a question, is there a maximum amount of time slots that teams can have per day? The answer is no. As long as you sign up when you come out. We've had the team sign up for 4, 5, 6 slots for the day because nobody else is really using the water.
I believe the question was, can we see our scores as soon as our semifinals is run on Friday? No.
Yeah. There will be glyphs that highlight what each team has completed for their run, but we don't have a total for that score until we get all the judges together to talk about it.
When do we find out our scores with our design documentation and stuff that we already submitted?
So it's a question of when they will find out their score for all the stuff that they've already submitted.
Day after.
And the answer is the day after the competition.
When you're using your own team swimmers, do you have
So the question is, if you're using your own team swimmers, can you have multiple people in the water with your vehicle? And during practice, yes, you can. Steps into it.
Okay, the next question was,
Next question is, when will vehicle inspections happen? And that will be, they will happen when we bring up the vehicle for the first time to get it in the water.
all right, I think we're gonna go ahead and call out questions. Like we said earlier, if you have anything else, make sure to post it on Discord and we will address it there. But I'm going to pass it over to Alicia to go over the networking social.
Thank you so much, Juliana. I promise I will keep this as brief as possible for you guys because I know you're very excited. Congratulations. I'm not going to get out of the stage. I'm about to date myself with this reference, but I'm not going to fall like Jennifer Lawrence at the Oscars. Congratulations on finishing orientation and making it here to RoboSub. I know you've heard it before, but it's very exciting to see you all and all your smiling faces. This afternoon, as we exit, we're going to be playing a networking game. So if teams were here last year, if any of you guys were here, we played a bingo game, try to help you get to know each other. We had some cookies and some drinks, and then obviously we gave away some fun prizes. So this is the fun stuff I get to talk about. This year the game's kind of similar, but we want to mix you guys up more. So we have some folks out as you pass out the doors that are going to be giving you a playing card. Can you switch the slide? So when you get this playing card, each of you gets one, not just one for the team, each of you. You need to go find the people that have the same one. So if you get a 5 of diamonds, find somebody with a 5 of diamonds. As you form that group together, between like 3 or 6 people, we've got QR codes all over the reception area that you can scan. Take a picture. We've got questions on there that you can ask each other and learn more about each of our teams, as well as share your team names and things like that. One of those teams is going to win, and I mean by teams I mean the groups of people with the cards. You guys are going to win a really special prize, and you'll get that tomorrow at the RoboNation booth. But for the rest of you, we really encourage you to participate. We also have some QR codes outside where you can share your resume. So scan that, share your resume. One of the people that submits their resume will randomly be selected. They will also get something really special. And then the last thing I want to tell you, game-wise, that's starting tonight, but will happen through the rest of this week, is we've got a little Joker game going on. So if you find Joker cards, you will automatically get a cool gift. So actually, there is one hidden in this room. If you've ever watched like Oprah or something like that, it might be the go under your chair and see if you can find it. So look, we've got our winner over there. He's going to win some vintage RoboSub swag. Like I said, we'll be around the week. You may see some, maybe over at TikToks. You might see some over at some of the other spots on the site. Maybe we'll post it on social media and share that. And then come find me, and I will have your prize. Again, thank you guys for coming. If you have not gotten your team photo, make sure you get your team photo taken outside on your way to the networking event. The event itself is going to be out those doors, angled to the right. Make sure you grab a card from one of our amazing staff members, and we're excited for you to meet your